Hi everyone. Thank you so much for your comments. It really means the world to me when I get one. I love reading them. I love hearing your guys' story too. Um, it's pretty uplifting, to be honest. So, I told you my husband's work week is going to be really, really, really crazy. I didn't realize how crazy. Yesterday he was up at 5 to take our daughter at 6 and then go straight to work, and he didn't get home till after 10. And then back at it at 4:30 a.m. this morning. So I have to take both kids to school, which he's been dropping our oldest off, the early one, because the bus gets there at 6. One gets dropped off at the bus stop at 6, which is like 4 miles from our house. And one I take to, they're not in the public school system, so they don't go on the bus near the house. One has a bus, but it's 4 miles away at the closest high school, and then it takes her to her high school. And then the other one, they don't have buses at all. I have to take him to his campus, which is behind our house, at 8. So, yeah, he's been doing it. If he can do it, then he does do it, which is amazing. He's amazing. But he has to be into work at 4:30 a.m. so I have to take her, which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of just the simplest thing is hard, and it's frustrating. I don't know. I was hoping that the rehab place would have got most of this out where I didn't have to bring it home. I didn't have to be in front of my kids and my husband like this. I was hoping that rehab was going to turn out the way they said it would, because I didn't want to do this at home. I didn't want to be this way at home. I wanted to go somewhere. I wanted, doctors, hey, do this, do that, you need this, you need that, so yeah, I think it's just hard because my kids and my husband have to hear it and they have to be around it, and I didn't want that. So that's kind of a hard part. And I know that like kids are resilient and kids will, but that's why I chose rehab. I chose it because I feel like if you can get around the hardest part there and go home like, but you're not going through the whole withdrawal at home, I just think it's easier. It would have been easier on me. It would have been easier on my family. But knowing how rehab works, unless you're on an astronomical dose, they can't help you. They told me I could come back, and I was like, you don't even have my dose of Valium, and I've been off of it for a while. So making these videos, I kind of have a lot to say one day and then nothing to say the next. And I think headaches and just no appetite are the kind of the one thing that's getting me right now. The no appetite is because I need to take the black seed oil and the amino acids in the morning, and I've been doing a smoothie because I have to have something in there. But today I made a blueberry smoothie and I just couldn't drink it. I felt my stomach was turning. I couldn't drink it. So tonight I did just saltine crackers, and that was even hard. It was even hard I had to take it was like an hour to get 5 crackers. But you do what you got to do, I guess. But yeah, nausea, headache, all over, just uncomfortable. Like, I wouldn't say my body feels painful anymore, but it feels uncomfortable. Like my shoulders feel tense, my back, my legs, like my body, everything just feels uncomfortable. The second week, everything hurt. So it was just, it hurts. I mean, my head hurts, but everything hurt. The twitching went away for a couple days, but I kind of noticed a couple times today. And I think that's what makes me fearful that I'm going to withdraw from the Quvivic, is because like, I'm like, oh no, is that a new symptom? Like, is it coming back? And I can't help but be freaked out. And the more days that go by without an increase in my symptom, like a relative increase, the more days that go by, the more calm I feel. Like every day I'm like, okay, I don't have an increase. That's good. Okay. So like if a week goes by and I feel still like making progress, very, very, very slow, but still making progress, then I'm good. I'm out of the woods. I think that's the good thing is, relatively quick. Valium has, Valium has 100-hour half-life, and Quvivic has 8-hour half-life. So I think I would have known by now if I was going to be withdrawing from the Quvivic, because it's been 4 days. I took half a pill when I knew I was really low. I took half a pill, and then had no more. So if it's been 4 days since I did that one half, 2 days without anything. But an 8-hour half-life, I would think that would have hit me by now. I don't know medicine. But for a minute there, I thought I was on that Valium had 10-hour half-life, and I was like, okay, and that hit me after 7 days, like really hit me. So I might actually be in the clear when it comes to the Quvivic. And I was on the gabapentin, just poked myself in the eye. I was on the gabapentin for 2 weeks. I got something else, and I haven't taken the gabapentin, but I was like scared that, now I'm scared of everything. I'm scared to take anything now. I'm like, oh my God, what if I'm addicted to that? What if I'm addicted to that? It's a really awful feeling. But I think I'm in the clear with the Quvivic. But I'm just going to give it a few more days and if I am, I'm just going to be so happy. It's going to be wonderful that I just move forward with how I feel and just keep getting better. It's so slow though. But so I talked to my aunt and my uncle who live here. They live in another town. And my uncle was injured on the job where he was a trucker, and he, the truck sits up like this, and then you can lower it and it falls down. It fell on his shoulder, and it caused him like neck problems, like significant. He's had surgeries, he's disabled. When that happened, it was horrific. So he's in pain a lot, and he was on all this pain medicine. And I was talking to him tonight because he got off of it. It was like, I know Dilaudid was one, and there was some other ones, because he was really, really, really injured. He was telling me like, by the 6th day, I felt fine, this and that. And I'm like, I hear stories of how people get over it in like days. I was just like, dang. And people say it's how long you've been on it. He's been on it like 20 years. I think 20 years, 15 at the least. He's been on them a long time. And he said that the reason why he withdrew them all at once, I think there was like 3 or 4, was they weren't filling them. the pharmacy would, have to order it. It would take a long time to get in, and then he would be withdrawing. And by the second or third time that they couldn't get his medication, because he's on workers' comp, um, he said he wasn't gonna deal with it. He just was gonna go off of it. He's in pain all the time, but he takes like the CBD stuff and just tries to do that because he just said, they couldn't get my medicine every month. And I was like, yeah, I would go to the pharmacy and they would say, we have to order it. It's going to take a few days to get here. And then I would call the next day and they would be like, we still haven't got it in. It's on back order. So pharmacies weren't trying to keep it from me. I just noticed it was becoming more and more of like stress trying to get it, and just like, it is terrifying to have these little pills that make your world or break your world. And I had amitriptyline too. So an antidepressant and then the benzo. And I was just so afraid that, you travel and what if you lose your pills? What if, like, it was just, that's not something I want in my life, where if I don't take this pill, I'm going to feel like death. Like, you lose it. Like, there's just so much. So I think one of the biggest reasons I got off of it was I was like numbed out, like sitting on the couch, not wanting to do anything. I would do my basic stuff. I'd clean my house and take care of my kids and stuff. But like, if it was like, let's go out with friends or I just was like, ugh. So like, people talk about the numbing out, where you're just numb and you just really don't have any interest in anything. I was realizing that when my husband was pointing it out. I was really realizing that I really didn't have any interest of doing much. So between the numbing out and being afraid of not getting my medicine, just being afraid of having a dependence on something, that's scary in itself. I knew that I had to, and now I know now that if I try to look at the camera, but if I didn't follow through this time, I know that I never will. I think that it's just hard right now with my husband's work schedule, because he really does pick up where I can't. So if I can pick the kids up from school, he'll do the rest. If, he'll cook dinner, he'll work, and like, he's cool with that. He was military, so, he's not one to complain, and he's not one to like, he does a lot. And I'm really thankful that he's okay waking up at 4 if he has to. When we had our kids, he would be working and then help out through the middle of the night. And if I would need a night's sleep, he would go in the other room with the kid. And, he takes care of me. He takes care of us really well. But since he's got to go to work so early and he's gone, I feel like I'm missing my best friend. And he really helps when I'm frustrated. Like, I can be vocal and be like, I am so frustrated. And I'm scared and I'm this and I'm that. Like, if I wake him up in the middle of the night and he'll just talk to me and breathe and, And so when he's not here, and I'm not codependent usually. I'm not at all. But withdrawing from medication and having 2 kids at home, I feel a little bit of like a insecurity. I feel like with him being here, I can rest, because with my daughter not having a hard time breathing the other morning, my son was at school. I came home and I got back into bed, and my husband was at work, and then she came in and she couldn't breathe. And that's my worst fear, is not being able to handle something 100%. So it's like, of course I jumped up and I did what I had to do, but with him being here, he handles all that. Like, if anything was to arise, I know that he would take care of it. So that's what's comforting. And I know with his work schedule, it's hard for him. It's got to be hard for him. He's not sleeping. He's not even here because his company, yeah, is going through a merger. So, and he's got a really high position. So he's way up there with the CEO and all them. So he's got to do it. But I'm already going on 15 minutes, but I'm just, you know, unleashing what's getting me through, I guess. But yeah, so I think that's it. I'll leave it there. Bye, guys.